here. I haven't done much handling of my snakes lately. Been working so much. I gotta take me some time and handle them. I want to get used to not being dealt with. I don't know if y'all remember. Venus when I first got her, but she's grown a whole bunch. Still one of my favorites, but shit, I really ain't got no favorites. I love them all. This buddy here, this is Helios. Helios. God of the sun, which he is a sun glow. Cal albino, hypo, melanistic. Good look, good close look at him. Possible super sun glow. Yeah, Venus the first one. She was a female cow albino. This here's a sun glow. It's a cross between a cow albino and a hypomelanistic. This girl here, one of my large ones. This is Storm. She's my aneurystic type 1. And I got a combo I'm going to pull out, which has her aneurystic in her, which is my moon glow. The moon glow is a cross between the sun glow. I mean, not the sun, yeah, the sun glow and the aneurystic. So it's an aneurystic type 1, hypo, and Cal albino. She has some pretty good size to her. I'm hoping next year we'll be able to breed her. So I'm hoping to make some more sun glows with this girl here. Pretty active. Sit you up here for a second. Let y'all get another look at her before I put her back in. And this is Storm. She's an aneurystic type 1. She is probably close, about 2.5 years old. Close to 3, really. It's probably closer to 3. And she is growing lovely. No, because she's in her dark phase. Sometimes she's like almost silver, a silver color. She may be getting ready to shed soon. Let's get her back in. Stay down. Come on, girl. Now this one here, this is my newest boa. She's the youngest one I got. This is my IMG. She is IMG het black eye anery. This IMG gene, which is increased melanin gene, means that as this snake gets older, as this boa gets older, she's gonna get darker. Some of these can become completely black, which when she gets old enough, I'm gonna be trying to produce some of those. You got the IMG black eye anery, known as black devils. Then you got your IMG motleys that also get completely black. The other combo is the IMG aneurystic type 1, the aneurystic. Those get pretty dark because characteristic gene takes out your reds and your browns. I mean your reds, so it leaves it with like grays and blacks. But yeah, she's a gorgeous snake. She's really, really dark. She has a lot of brown, has some brown speckled saddles. But as she gets older, she'll get continue to get darker. And I have a couple of years before I'll be doing any projects with her. But she was an investment. I am looking forward to producing some Black Devils and some other IMG combos I got in store. You know, she's probably about a year old. She has some real cool iridescence. I don't know if you could, if my lighting can catch it. Nah, probably not. She has some really cool iridescence in her blacks. Now this one here, this is the only locality board that I have. He's a Hog Island board. He's what is called a dwarf boa. They don't get as large as the boa imperators. Him being a dwarf, his max out size will probably be about 4 feet. He may get a little over 4, but they don't usually get no bigger than that. Dwarf boas would probably be a real good starter for someone who wants to get a boa constrictor, but don't want one that's gonna get real big. His name's Apollo. He has some nice orange and pink, brown. He's a he's a little over 2 years old. I picked him up at the reptile show here in Tallahassee about almost 2 years ago. He was just a cool looking snake. I think he was the second. He was the second one I bought in the collection that I have now. Cleopatra was the first. I'll pull her out in a second. She's my hypomelanistic. A close look at Apollo. Ooh. Now here's the moon glow I was talking about. This is Isis. And Isis is a combo of the aneurystic type 1 and my sun glow Apollo, which is hypomelanistic and Cal albino. Those three genes produces these, your moon glows. It's not, this was your, considered the first white bull constrictor. They got one that's white, which is called the super fire, which is produced by breeding two fire gene boas to create the super fire, which is a leucistic boa constrictor, which is a all white boa with black eyes. But before they had the leucistics, this was your white boa constrictor, which is more of a creamy yellow and white. And again, it's your aneurystic type 1, Cal albino, and your hypomelanistic genes. And then this is my moon glow. My moon glow and my IMG, they're my most priciest of my boas. here's Pandora. Pandora is my normal. She's just a normal boa constrictor imperator, no specific gene mutations in her. If you were to go into her, if you were to go into a pet store and see a boa constrictor, this is probably what you would see. Just a normal, no mutated, no mutation or mutated genes. She's one of the prettiest normals I've seen. She some real clean patterns, a real light silverish tan color. Going really well. I'm looking to get me an IMG male to breed with her. Cause breeding her with anything that I got now just give me a bunch of normals. She doesn't have, like I said, she doesn't have any morph genes in her. So if I breed her with a male IMG, most of the babies will have the IMG gene in it. That's what my plans are for her. About about 2 more years. Or I may just keep her as a display animal. But she is a beautiful, beautiful one. She has a bunch of, her side coloring is pink. I don't know if, probably can't really see it in this light. Speckled with pink. Now the females get a bit bigger than the males. Um, the boa imperator females average about 6 to 8 feet. I mean, they can get bigger, but the average size is 6 to 8. The males average about 4 to 6 feet, but there are always exceptions. I've heard of some females getting up to 12 feet. She's probably a good 3.5, almost 4 feet now. All of my snakes grow pretty good. They eat well. I do feed mine live. A lot of people do frozen thawed. I just don't have anywhere to keep any frozen rats and mice. So I just go by live and feed them. Seem to do pretty well. They aren't aggressive towards me. Got one more I'm going to pull out and show you before I end here today. It's Cleopatra, my hypomelanistic. Cleopatra. She's my oldest female. She was the first boa that I purchased out of my collection that I have now. Um, the breeder that I bought her from was a ball python breeder, and he was selling it for somebody else. But I'm thinking she's got to be close to about 4 years old. She's in a breeding project now, and I'm hoping that I'm breeding her with Helios, looking to make some more sun glows and super sun glows, some more hypos. Gonna see how that come out by the first of the year. But she's a pretty good sized snake. She's close to 4.5 feet. That's a pretty good weight to her. But this is the hypo I was talking about. The hypo, this one with albino, which is Venus, makes Helios, the sun glow. Well, I got to get some time in with my snakes, but like I said, I hadn't been giving them much attention lately. I've been working pretty heavy. Just got to do me a little video, let you guys see how everybody's coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, catch you later.